Hi, this is Trey Pastor. Welcome to another random review. Okay, the movie I watched today is a movie that I want to see. Actually, came out earlier this year that I wanted to see, but I didn't get a chance to see it in theaters. So it came out on Blu-ray the other week, and I bought it and watched it. It has a great all-star cast in it: Jon Favreau, Sofia Vergara, John Leguizamo, Scarlett Johansson, Oliver Platt, Bobby Cannavale, Dustin Hoffman, and Robert Downey Jr. And it's written and directed by Jon Favreau, and it's sort of like I think of a pet project of his. I read somewhere it's been trying to make this movie, I guess, for past 10 years, and it's called Chef. Okay, and it's basically the story of Jon Favreau's character, who his character's name I think Casper, yeah, Carl Casper. Okay, he lives in Los Angeles. And he works in a restaurant, and he works for Dustin Hoffman, who's also in this movie. Uh, he works for him as a lead chef, and John Leguizamo and Bobby Cannell, they work for him. Scarlett Johansson plays I guess I guess the maitre d', I guess, and he's divorced from Sofia Vergara. Of course, they have a young son, of course, and he's trying to do things in the restaurant, but of course, Justin Hoffman's character doesn't want him to. He wants him to stick to the same old menu that he's been doing and stuff. But you can tell he wants to do more than just stick to the same old. He wants to wow people with his stuff. And there's even a famous critic played by Oliver Platt. I forgot what the critic's name is, but he's coming to the restaurant, so of course he goes all out. He gets a special pig and all this stuff. He's getting ready to do all this make a special thing. But Dustin Hoffman, being the manager, the owner of the restaurant, he kind of puts the kibosh on that. He said, "No, serve the same thing. Don't try anything different. Say this is what works." And he reluctantly, does that. And of course, he gets killed by the critic, who basically writes a horrible review for him. And his young son, who he hasn't spent that much time with, who he's trying to spend more time with, kind of gets him onto Twitter, kind of signs him up for Twitter. And he kind of, in one night when he's by himself and getting drunk, he kind of responds to the critics, you know, bad review, and basically challenges him to come back. Okay, and the critic, of course, accepts, and he is going to come back, and so he's going to this time he's determined to do it the right way, and he's setting up everything and getting ready to do it. When of course Dustin Hoffman's character again, the restaurant owner, comes in and puts the kibosh on it and tells him, "Listen, no, you're not going to do this. You're going to stick to what we do." And he's Jon Favreau's character saying, "Listen, no, I want to do it my way." And then he says, "You know what? I quit." And he basically walks away. He said, "You want to let me do what I want to do?" And he walks away. And he basically makes Bobby Cannell, who works for Jon Favreau, he makes him the lead chef. And John Leguizamo was kind of loyal to Jon Favreau. He wants to leave too, but he tells him, "No, you stay." And then he leaves. And then of course Bobby Cannell is in there cooking up the stuff, and it's kind of chaos in the restaurant. And the critic comes expecting, Jon Favreau's character to be the one cooking the meal, but actually it's Bobby Cannell's doing it. And then all of a sudden, uh, uh, you see Jon Favreau's character. He's cooking all this stuff at home, and that's what you can tell. That's where his real passion is the cooking and stuff, and cooking what he wants. And he goes back to the restaurant where the critic is, and he basically he yells at him and tells him, "Listen, okay, you wouldn't know good food if he just basically yells at him and screams at him, so he basically berates him for being a critic and not having the passion that he has for being a chef." And then you see, then the next thing that happens is he has a conversation, because he's kind of sort of dating Scarlett Johansson's character, and she said, "Listen, you need to really spend more time with your son." Okay, and Sofia Vergara's character, she's trying to, even though they're exes, you can tell she still really cares for him, and she's basically trying to tell him that he should open up his own food truck, and he's resistant to that idea. And then of course, after he gets fired, she's going to Miami, and that's where they met to and take their son to visit her father. And Jon Favreau, since he's in between jobs, doesn't have any real prospects, he goes down there with them. Okay, and then that's when he actually meets Sofia Vergara's ex-husband, played by Robert Downey Jr., and he convinced he decides to go for the food truck idea, and he actually gives him a beat up food truck that he has to kind of put back together, clean up together with his son, and then of course John Leguizamo's character comes down there and helps him, and then they start going around South Beach and traveling all around the country, and he's spending more time with his son, getting to know his son, and he really discovers, you can tell he's really happy now because he's cooking what he wants, and and he's his own boss, and it's a really sweet movie. You could tell, like I said, this is a pet project of Jon Favreau, and you can tell in the performance that he gives. You can tell, there's great scenes of him cooking the food and stuff, and and all the actors do a great job, and even the young actor who plays the son. It's a really sweet movie about, I guess, doing what you want and being, because that's the only way you're going to be happy, if you're happy doing what you want to do. And you can tell, like I said, he got kind of, I guess, kind of lazy in the beginning of it when he was working for Dustin Hoffman's character, and he's basically dictating to him what he could cook, and while he wasn't being able to cook what he wanted to do and enjoy his passion, which is making food and stuff. And he really discovered it on this, when he opened up the food truck. And it's a really sweet movie. I really like this movie, and I'm glad I bought this. Like I said, I really wanted to see it when it was in theaters. I missed it, but I'm glad I own it now because it's a really sweet movie and definitely totally worth getting. And I would give Chef an 8 out of 10. It's just a great, really fantastic movie, fun movie, and you can tell the passion Jon Favreau has in this movie when he's cooking the food and stuff, and he's trying to bond with his son. And like I said, it has comedic moments too, and it's serious moments, and he keeps it light but funny and entertaining. And like I said, and what a cast of actors to have in a movie. Okay, it's just and they all do a great job. And I definitely, again, an 8 out of 10 for me. I highly recommend Chef. Definitely one of the best movies that came out this year so far. Just a really, Jon Favreau does a great job. Okay. Anyway, let me know what you think. Have you seen Chef? What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. And if you'd like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. This is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.